Hey guys, and welcome back to AJ Tech Lifestyle Sauce Squad here. And today we're going to be reviewing the HyperX Quadcast microphone along with the shield and a microphone stand to hook it up for my setup. Now let's get into the review. All right, so here we are at my setup, and this is with the arm stand setup, and I'm having some noise going on in the background so you guys can see what mic picks up what. I'm going to be switching from my AT2020 Audio Technica to the actual HyperX Quadcast. So right now, I'm using the cardioid function for the actual HyperX Quadcast. So the HyperX Quadcast has 4 of these modes. It has stereo, omnidirectional, bidirectional, and cardioid. And cardioid is what is mostly used when it comes to streaming and like podcasts and stuff like that, because you're right in front of the microphone. It basically just covers like everything from the front of the microphone. It doesn't really record stuff from the side of it or from behind it. So you're not getting, yourself typing on the keyboard or something as much as you would be if it was an omnidirectional state. So omnidirectional is like all the mic everywhere, any sound that comes from anywhere. And then bidirectional is the sounds that are coming from here. That would be bidirectional. Like if you were doing like ASMR and you're doing left ear, right ear kind of stuff, that is what bidirectional is for. And stereo is for recording like instruments and vocals. But in terms of streaming and podcasting, you're really just going to be using the cardioid function for this. So like I said before, I'm going to be switching between the AT2020 and the actual Hyper Quadcast so you guys can actually see and get a gist for what it sounds like compared to another mic that's a standard for streaming and podcasting and stuff like that. I've actually been using the AT2020 for a couple years now, and it's been doing me good. But I got this HyperX Quadcast. I got an upgrade recently so that I can see what it sounds like, and so I can have some better quality of life when I'm streaming. In terms of quality of life for streaming, the HyperX Quadcast does have more features than the AT2020, such as the mute button on the top of the microphone and the gain at the bottom of the microphone. You can turn the gain all the way up like this. Let me make sure that I'm not talking too loud. You can turn the gain up like this, or you can turn the gain like this and then turn the volume down whilst you're streaming. So I think that's better. And you can also change the LED lights on the Quadcast. The AT2020 only has a blue light. It's a standard microphone. It's not meant for TikTok brains. It's not meant for TikTok brains where they need LED lights and they like to see all the lights going off. This one does have the LED lights. Not that I really need it. My setup is red, so I'm going to keep it red, and that's why it's red. But when it comes, it usually has a wave. So when you get the Quadcast, this is what the actual light is going to look like on it. It's going to have a wave function, kind of a rainbow LED function that people are kind of used to when it comes to like streaming and stuff, because that's usually what you think of when you think of streaming. You think of LED lights, you think of like a cool room setup and stuff like that. But for me, I don't really need this. I only need the red solid light. In terms of the software for the HyperX Quadcast, when you download it, it's not hard to find. You search up HyperX Quadcast microphone software and you find it immediately. Once you download and install it, I'm going to switch to the computer here. Once you download and install it, it's pretty simple. It just has the mic volume, mic monitoring. I don't really know what mic monitoring does, but it tells you the microphone volume. It tells you the headphone volume. It tells you what setting you want to have it, whether it's cardioid. It tells you what it actually does in terms of the polar patterns, and then it goes to the lights. You can also customize the light settings that you want to have here and whatever you want to do, whether it's wave. It has a bunch of different effects for what you want to happen on your microphone if that's what you're into. But for me, I just have it on solid red. But what I do like about the HyperX Quadcast software is that it's not too complicated. It's very simple to access. You can change the colors and you can figure out what the features on it are actually doing. Apart, if you haven't read the box or anything, you can actually figure out what the features are on the mic, what your mic gain is, if you want to turn it down or anything. Aside from the dials on the mic, if you want to change any of the settings, you can still do it on the actual software itself. So I'm going to be using the HyperX Quadcast for like the next week or so to see what it's like streaming. I might do an update on the review if I don't like it, but for now, I think that the HyperX Quadcast is doing pretty good. I don't see that there's a reason to upgrade to the HyperX Quadcast 2, even though I haven't gotten it yet. I've seen that there's not really a reason to upgrade. So if you really want to, I believe that the HyperX Quadcast 1 can do everything that the other one can do, but better. The only things that I've heard that it's not really great at is taking out ambient sound, like stuff going on in the background. It doesn't really clear out as well. So that's why I have things kind of going on in the background to see if it picks it up and to see if it shows off on the audio. Yeah, in terms of like stream quality and like beginner stream setup, the HyperX Quadcast I think is a good intro to streaming and getting intro stream slash, I wouldn't say podcast mic, but I would say an intro to streaming mic more, and like for YouTube content, this mic will probably do the job for what you need it to do. In comparison to my AT2020, it just has a little bit more features that are needed when streaming, or at least more wanted when streaming. So if you're going to pick up the HyperX Quadcast for streaming, that's what I would recommend it for. If you're going to pick it up for podcasting, you probably want to fiddle with the settings a bit more, figure out the gain, and see what filters you can do with like OBS and stuff like that. So see if you can get a clear image for the sound that you want. You know, people usually use the Shure mics for podcasting and stuff like that because they want to have a better quality. But if you really want to get this mic for podcasting and stuff, you might have to put in a little bit more work on OBS and learn a bit of the filters and stuff so you can get it sounding like you want it to sound. But other than that, for just streaming and just for plain audio quality, I would recommend that the HyperX Quadcast is, pretty good. Thank you guys for watching the HyperX Quadcast review. That was my review on the HyperX Quadcast, and yeah, I'd recommend it, and I'm going to be using it for the next few weeks. And if I give you an update, it'll probably be on the short side, if I actually do enjoy this mic more than the one that I've used previously. Thank you guys for watching. AJ Tech Lifestyle Sauce out.